What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here. And there was obviously plenty of excitement from Packers fans when they took two tight ends on day 2 of the 2023 NFL Draft. And Tucker Kraft, really in the third round, became a folk hero even from when he got called by the Packers, his sort of first press conference as a draft pick, right? But when we got to the field, you could tell that there were going to be struggles early on. And I think we should have probably seen this coming, right? But when you look at how the Packers deployed him in the passing game, in the first few weeks of the season, right? He's kind of just running stick routes and probably not thrilled with the amount of separation that he's getting on those. A lot of the time, he's kind of blocking and then releasing into the flat. And they threw the ball his way a couple of times, but a lot of times really what it was is obviously for route spacing and to help either against a premier pass rusher like Max Crosby or to help out a young left tackle in his second year with not a lot of starts under his belt. The biggest issue, though, for Kraft early on was the run blocking, just because, again, it's a big jump from the FCS to the NFL, right? And Kraft had some issues with sort of, exploding out of his stance to the point where he's lunging and he's losing balance. And premier players are just going to dump you to the side when you do stuff like that, right? Split zone flow. You got to be able to hit your spots. You got to get out of your stance quickly. Otherwise, you're going to have issues. Initial quicks matter, right? Making sure that you're kind of, reach blocking a little bit, right? Getting on the right side of a defender to kind of seal him off is important. Otherwise, you're going to see tackles for loss. And he had a play against the Raiders where he basically tackled the guy. And I think a lot of people thought, well, he's a bust. The third round curse continues. He did have his moments as a run blocker for sure, right? Working to the second level. I think he found a little bit in the Denver game in terms of those initial quicks and sealing off defenders. But I think a lot of people wanted to see, again, more consistency, and they wanted to see, an impact in the passing game. I got good news. Let's get to the film room. All right, guys, so we're going to the film room, taking a look at Tucker Kraft over the last 4 weeks. Obviously, he's getting more opportunities in the passing game, and you see some, I think, growth as a blocker as well. Not everything's perfect, but I think we expect that from a rookie tight end. It's a tough position to play. So here, a little out and up for Musgrave, and then Kraft's going to run a whip route. And I really like this concept because it's going to give Kraft some space to operate. Right, you get him the ball underneath and let him, take advantage of the power, and you see him drop that pads at contact and get a couple yards falling forward. That's the running back in him. Came to college at South Dakota State as a running back and then transitioned to tight end. So here on this one, right, this is just a nice job. It's all, right, down blocking, clear guys out, bad angle by this linebacker, so Kraft is able to get to him as well. And you have a giant gaping hole for A.J. Dillon to rip off a big one in the run game. Love more down blocking like that for Kraft in the run game. I think that's really helpful and beneficial for him. Yeah, we're not going to win every rep, right? Gets a little too wide. Watt gets the swim move. It's a tough assignment, right? We get that. Watt's a tough assignment, really, in anything. Pass pro, run blocking. So not his finest moment there. But again, he's a rookie. One step at a time, right? Okay, stick route here and stick route here. They're just running it to the, and this is something Kraft has obviously done quite a bit of to this point. Not a great separate on routes like this, but what I really liked about this rep is as soon as Love gets into scramble mode, right, it's just don't get tied up with bad spacing here, right? Love could maybe throw this to Kraft, and there's a potential big play here. He doesn't. But I love the idea of, okay, Kraft is understanding the scramble drill already. So here, honestly, I think he might be a little late to this block, potentially, right? But obviously Tom chips him at first, so he's really a backside player they're not worried about. But I love this. Go find someone. Boom. And this is where Tucker Kraft talks about it in interviews where he's like, I really enjoy, the physicality aspect and the mentality of run blocking. Here, one-on-one, Khalil Mack. This is really nice. Engage, anchor, right? And then unlock a little bit of that power from the core and the hips and put Khalil Mack on the turf. Mack was not pleased about this block. That's a great thing when he's not pleased about it. So here, they get him in motion, and the idea of this, right, on this run for Dillon is Mack it's designed for Mack to shoot to the inside and let the linebacker, scrape and replace to this gap. But again, Kraft, what's your responsibility here? I assume it's to make sure that Mack does not make a play. Okay? I'm fine with Dillon against Kenneth Murray any day, right? He should win that matchup. Make sure that Khalil Mack isn't part of that play, and he does so there. The near first touchdown for Kraft, right, where it's just a quick get out there as quickly as you can into the flat. They did this with Jaden Reed, right, in week 2 against Atlanta, and he scored on it. Get it out quick, right, make sure you can win the corner. There's a nice curvilinear transition with some speed. Shakes off, an arm tackle there, nice balance. And this is really nice. This is the running back in him too, right? Being flexible, right? Explosive, elusive in open space, and he just steps out. So close to a first touchdown, but seeing that type of skill set after the catch is a big deal for Tucker Kraft. So now we're into the Detroit and Kansas City games, right? No Musgrave, out with injury. So a lot more reps in these games for him. Here they're motioning him over in pass pro, right? He's designed to, okay, so Dylan's going to get the DB. Got to pick up anybody on the stunt. I just think we're a little late with the vision here, right? He's turning as McNeil is coming around. Got to know that he's got to just stay in position, right? Luckily, he gets just enough of a piece of McNeil that he can't get to Love. So I would put that more in the negative camp for him, but he does just enough to make sure that Love is not pressured there. Now here, I do think, again, Tom, he's helping Tom with the reach block, right? He's comboing, and then the idea here is you got eyes on Campbell to make this block. He's got to be able to get off this quicker, right? Because the idea here is this is a big hole for Dylan to run through, right? You could drive probably a hatchback through here, but Kraft needs to get to the second level of Campbell, so then it's just Dylan on a safety. He has to do that. We have to make sure we're getting to the second level on blocks like that, because Tom had his guy there. Now here, simple, right? Does this a lot, right? Reward him for that block and then release into the flat for his first touchdown. Awesome stuff there. I really like giving him more crossers like this. And now obviously he has to hesitate, right? Let the running back pass him and then run this drag route on some crossers and mesh here. Let him get more of these, man. Let him get some crossers. Let him show off the speed. Let him show off the yards after catch ability, right? Here, really nice. Take Anzalone out of the play. Boom, does it. Nice job. Really nice from Kraft there as a run blocker, right? Make the assignment simpler for him, right? You don't have to make it super complex. Here, this might be one of his best plays, to be honest, right? We get the read option and Love's keeping. Now, if Kraft doesn't get this guy, it's still a big gain, but, you're looking at maybe 10, 15 yards. But because he stays engaged and blocks this guy, Love is ripping off a big-time chunk gain. Great job there by Kraft. One-on-one in pass pro with Aiden Hutchinson. Okay? Maybe loses the initial battle with the hands there, but he does a good job. Nice reset. Really nice reset there. And Hutchinson's going to have to go all the way around the arc for this. Really, if there wasn't pressure here, Love can step up because Kraft has done his job. He's gotten Hutchinson way too far around the arc. So really nice rep from Kraft. If everybody else was, had their blocks all tied up and in a nice bow, would have been a big play. Once again, engage, release to the flat. Just give him more of these looks because I think, you can take advantage of the power that he brings, the yak ability. We've talked about that a lot already. That's stuff I want to see. Split zone flow. Got to take somebody out here. Boom. Collision. That's what I'm talking about. He was ready that time, right? Good initial quicks. Find your assignment and hit. Really, really nice. Now, this is a great design by the Packers to give Kraft a really nice look because you're going to get Pearson in motion. He's going to the flat. You're going to get this fake pitch out here, right? You're going to watch Love do this, right, as the snap. See that fake pitch? Eyes are here. Eyes are here. Eyes are here. Everybody's coming down for this, thinking, okay, we're going to have something here to the perimeter. Nope. Let's sneak Kraft out into space. Another crosser for him, and he generates a big play, right? And then maybe a little pass the baton, perhaps, Kelsey to Kraft. Like I said, just give him more crossers like this and throw it to him in the flat like this as well, right? Okay, read it out. You got leverage here. You got a blocker, right? Not a great block, but look at this. Running back in him. Drop the pads at contact and just run over Brian Cook. Really, really nice. Pass pro against Karlaftis. Okay. hands are a little wide, right? Karlaftis wins the leverage battle here, and you can see him just get driven way back. Dylan helps him out, right? It's a really nice pickup by Dylan, but I think a really nice teaching moment there, right, for Kraft, where it's like, okay, you got it. Your balance needs to be good, right? You have to get your hands in the right spot. Like, that's something that you have to work on going forward. Right here, run block, take care of Chris Jones, bam, out of the play, right? And now you got Patrick Taylor on defensive backs, which is exactly the matchup you want. Last one here, and I took a little bit of the pre-snap stuff, but we're changing the stance here, right? Kraft is now ready for pass pro instead. The one thing we got to clean up, okay? Don't let this split get too wide, right? You got to go inside first. Don't worry about 21 as much when your assignment is Karlaftis here. Pretty nice, even though he's opening up, which is not good, right? And he's not in a great position, but he does enough, right? This is a nice fight to reset, and it's long enough. And again, opening up here, letting Karlaftis, it's not great, but he does enough for Love to get this throw off in an insane throw to Watson. So Tucker Kraft is doing some things a lot better, right? You can see things look simplified for him, like in his brain in the run game, right? Knows the assignments. We need to work on second level stuff, and it hasn't been perfect in pass protection, but I think you see things getting better. And for the tight end position, slowly developing position, right? To see this from Kraft, making that jump from the FCS to the NFL is a big deal. So yes, he's taking, if they're just little steps, fine. You can call them little steps. He's taking those steps, and that's something where when you're a young team, see a guy step up with Musgrave out. That's really nice to see from Tucker Kraft. So hope you guys enjoyed this film room. If you did, throw a like down there. Subscribe if you're new. Plenty more content coming soon. I will catch you guys in the next video. Farewell.